Got there, it's not so easy, but we're looking at these thorns on here. There's Robinia, and what's the other one? There's something else. Gladitia.
Okay.
I think it might be one of those two.
Cool.
But obviously there's not a lot of it to see.
No.
And its actual form, you know, is not really there. They've only got the twigs.
That's all right. That's cool.
It could be Gladitia or Robinia. Could possibly, but they're the two things that come to mind.
Okay. Now this Mahonia was transplanted from London,
Yes,
and
yes.
it's not doing too badly, but
No.
it was planted about 4 months ago, so you can see there's plenty of new growth in it, and it's going to be
take that now,
it'll be happy as
Do
Larry.
you know
I
the
think.
species?
No.
Because there are so many different sorts. There is one that grows quite. Was it an upright form altogether, not big bushy?
That's right.
There is one called Mahonia lomeriifolia,
Okay.
which is more of an upright tall form. But equally, there are a number of others. Some only growing about 18 inches,
Okay.
2 feet high, and others that grow 6-8 feet,
Okay.
or something in between. So there's a lot of different species and garden forms.
Okay. Good.
When I say garden form, a cultivar, it's
Of course.
a man-made.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
opposed to a natural occurring variety.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And we think this is. Am I right in thinking this is Spirea?
That
Yeah.
is a form of spirea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
Again, there are many different forms. Quite a lot of new varieties.
And again, transplanted from that one wasn't actually that wasn't transplanted. We do have this Forsythia was transplanted from London.
Yeah, they tend to do reasonably well around here.
Yeah, we're overrun with them.
Yes.
We're overrun with them.
Yeah, they have the place because
Yes.
they flower before the leaves come on, and they're an early flower in this early spring, late winter, early spring. So they are an asset from that point of view.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. But too much of a good thing
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, that's true. yeah, yeah.
The hedging is threadbare and struggling, and it's privet. And we've banged the reason we've put a new fence behind is simply for the road noise, and we've stuck some yew in, which we're hoping will fill it, because I've ripped out massive great clumps of ash,
Yes, of
which
course.
is just,
Yes.
Would
these be seedlings?
absolutely,
Yes, yeah.
absolutely. So
Always a bit of a mini nightmare.
absolutely. So that's what's good. So you can see that it's about 12, 18 months ago, and that they're all coming on all right, and hopefully
They take time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slow growing really. It's very slow growing.
So that's okay. And then out here is this is actually our land, although it's a thoroughfare, and it goes down to the main road. But this is the other bit of. So we've got grass cuttings, and then we've got.
Yeah. If you have those two areas, one way is to move this lot when it's out intervals into a fresh bay,
Right.
move it and turn it.
Yes.
When I worked for Blackpool Parks, and that was when I was an apprentice gardener when I left school, we used to have a series of compost heaps there because the park superintendent was very keen on organic
Yep.
growing
Yep.
at that time.
Yep.
And so we had to turn the heaps.
Ace. Ace.
But when I worked in the nursery,
Brilliant.
yeah, it was in the nursery area, and then it would rot down, take a couple of years.
Yes.
If you have 3 bays, you can move it on.
It's even
that
better.
bay,
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Well, this was leftover fencing, and we said to the guy, "Can you just build this?" And he was happy to do it. So
Ideal, I should say.
absolutely, absolutely,
And of course, down here, it's out of sight as well.
Exactly.
Generally speaking,
exactly.
it's an area that you don't know is here.
This tree I worship most of all because of its beautiful furry new growth, but I don't know what it is because I'm stupid.
Yes, that's Rustifina.
Rustifina. I like that name.
Rus, R-H-U-S. Common name doesn't come at the moment, but it's Rus.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Rus. They sucker from the base.
Okay.
Give them the chance.
Okay.
It has got a common name, I think, this one.
Well, this and this were absolutely plastered in. They were completely entwined, as you can probably see, in ivy,
Yes, that's
which
right.
Peter and I took a long time
Yes.
ripping out
Yes.
all the way down, and
Yeah.
I think it's got a new lease of life as a result of it.
That's the wayfarer tree behind.
A wayfarer?
Wayfaring tree.
Wayfaring. This is the.
Yeah, Viburnum lantana.
That's Viburnum lantana.
I think so.
Bloody
Yeah,
hell.
I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ace.
It grows on the downs very
Okay.
well.
Brilliant. And one just one more. Do you happen to know what? Is this also Viburnum lansana then?
Which one? This? No,
The-
this is elderberry.
Oh, right.
Sambucus nigra.
So
Nigra for the blackberries.
this is what Mum used to go and
Make elderberry wine.
add to the gooseberries, stew gooseberries.
That's right. Yes,
That's
yeah,
what
yes,
we'd.
Yeah, sure.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Good. Okay, that's this bit done. Great, thank you.
Yeah. Actually, it lends itself in here for a few, there's shade from primroses.
We had lots of primroses growing up where we put that
did you?
other. There's lots
Alright.
lots growing there. Yeah. Now down here, we'll come back to this in a minute, but I'll just show you this that we. This was a transplant for us. Another one we brought down in a
That's
van.
Spotted laurel, the Cuba japonica.
Okay, and you can see it's gone berserk. It's in the time it's
It
been
grows
in
quite rapidly.
9
we'll
months.
have red berries
Exactly.
in due course, followed by black. They go black.
Tell me the name again.
Acuba, A-U-C-U-B-A, Acuba japonica.
And it's laurel.
No, it's not a laurel,
It's
spotted laurel.
spotted laurel, right?
Yes.
And what have we got here? This is dogwood?
Dogwood, that's Cornus, either sanguinea or Cornus alba. Sanguinea is the one that tends to grow naturally on the downs.
Right.
Cornus alba is a species that you would normally plant in the garden.
Okay.
You also have a golden bark form, because you notice the new bark is red.
Yes.
So if this is pruned back every year down to a framework, the new growth will become red. And
Right.
if you have the yellow form, that's Cornus stolonifera.
Okay.
That's the yellow form.
Right.
This is Cornus, I'd say sanguinea or alba. I couldn't tell you which because botanically they're very close.
How would I? Because I think it's a little bit gangly.
Yeah.
Is it? If I'm going to chop it?
Yeah, I mean the thing is, once they get taller, you'll notice that they lose their colour.
Yes.
And at this stage now, it would take a while to recover. The best thing really is when you get new plants put in, they're only a year or two old, is from then on to prune them back in April to about 3 to 5 buds at the base.
Yes. Yeah.
And then all that new growth will be current season's growth, which will then go red or yellow, depending on the species.
I see. I see. So, what would you tell me to do with this in April? Which it's just
I think
been.
what I would do, because it's getting semi-mature, at least it's getting more mature, I think taking it back by 2/3 at the most,
Yeah.
let that break there and see what happens. You may well get new growth coming from the base.
Yeah.
And then gradually you could cut out the old at the base and get new.
Got you.
That does sometimes happen, but it's not bound to.
Okay.
There's a bit of a risk.
That's all right. And but you'd leave that now till next year, would you?
Yes, it's too far on then.
Yeah.
The sap's risen, you've got the flowers on. I will wait till April next year.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Before things start to grow away,
Good.
basically is when you do it.
Okay. Fine. Rus? No.
Cotinus cogigria.
Catinus.
That's Russ.
That's
This is Cotinus cogigria.
okay.
The smoke tree.
It's gorgeous.
Common. That's the common name. The other one over there, I can't remember the one, but I think it's got one. But this is the smoke tree. Definitely Cotinus.
And happy days.
Yeah.
Do we? When? I mean, it's growing virulently here. It's
does well.
it's like Christmas. What?
It's because it's nice and sheltered here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why it wouldn't. It'd get salt burn if it's exposed to salt.
Right. And what should we do with that? I mean, I kind of
would-
keep it in shape,
just
really.
keep it in shape now,
Yeah.
but it's getting mature.
Yeah.
If
Good.
you take that back, it'll probably die back.
Right. Lovely.
It's a
Lovely.
struggle.
What I do is try and cut it straggles along the ground, and you get kind of new. So I take those out as I.
Yeah,
as I
because
can.
again, it will sucker
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
layer itself.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
And who have we got here?
Yeah, that's Viburnum tinus.
Another viburnum.
Yes.
Right.
And
Good.
that's good. You can see the berries are coming now. That flowers in the winter time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Now here's this is.
Skimmia.
I knew that.
Probably
I
Skimmia
knew
japonica, that one.
Yeah, and it's intertwined with the inevitable.
Yeah.
We're pulling that out as we
Yeah,
get to
probably
it. It's
comes up everywhere. doesn't
everywhere.
it? Likes the downs.
At the Downs. Now this Mahonia
Mahogany, yeah.
is my plan for this, I'm afraid, is to dig it out.
Yes, the reason for the colour changing in here is a rust. I would
Right.
say. I
Right.
think it's probably got Mahogany or rust. The other thing is they do show a bit of autumn colour, but I think it's probably a rust, and it's probably had its day. Sometimes you have to cut your losses. And anyway, if you leave everything struggling like that, you never get anything new. You've got to have a replacement to a certain extent.
Now, this is the point. We've got to. We'll come on to the back hedge later, but we've planned on getting this out, and we'll do it with a digger. We've got a mini digger. We'll come down with boards and take a mini digger down to it.
Yeah.
What would you put in here? We were thinking. I thought of magnolia.
Well, it is more sheltered here, and magnolias. Some of the species will tolerate the alkaline conditions if it is alkaline.
I knew you didn't.
Will tolerate the alkaline conditions.
Yep.
Some don't like the high pH.
Okay.
But it's always worth a try, and it's one option. I mean, to put another Mahonia back probably be wrong.
Yep.
Because it looks like it has had rust. It's got the remnants of it.
Yep.
As for what else, well, there's such a large choice.
The other thought was that we have an Araucaria araucarius in a pot up there.
The monkey puzzle.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, you've realised that they grow very big.
They do grow very, that's the problem with it.
They grow very slowly. And if you look, you've got that conifer there, which of course is fairly mature. It's like a Champis de Provence probably. But then if you had this here, I suppose to a certain extent it will match in time.
But it's going to take 30 years.
A long time. I mean, actually, even to get one this size costs you quite a few pounds. They grow very slowly.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
It'd be nice. I mean, it's nice to have one.
What about the other thing I'd quite like? I love camellias, but they flower for one day and then they not literally. But is there a longer flowering camellia?
Not really.
No, it's you get a couple of weeks out of it.
Yeah,
and
that's what it is. Yeah, they don't like the cold winds.
Right. Right.
Probably you see your front or the back of this house is going to get a lot of sun, isn't it?
It does.
It's not the place for camellias really.
Right.
I mean, it's an edge of woodland plant.
Okay.
So a camellia is also like a neutral going acid soil. They don't particularly like high alkaline.
Okay.
You can put a lot of ericaceous compost in or mixing acid sand in it, something acid into there, which will help it to get going better.
Of course.
A mixture of what's here and that, But this would be, I think, this could be a spot for it because if you're going to try and grow camellia, because it's more sheltered, and that probably doesn't get as much sun.
That's well, yes.
Yeah.
Where
does it get up in the morning?
It starts there. This is south. This is
that's south, right to the sea, isn't it?
Yeah.
So north, south, west, east.
Yeah.
It's coming over.
It's coming over, absolutely.
But it won't always get into this corner, will it?
No.
There's so many things. You've not got much grey foliage in here.
We haven't.
You could get something so common in the garden as Senecio greyii.
Senecio.
It's got a.
Is that like Senecii? Senecii, I know.
Senecio, you call it. Senecio greyii, Senecio laxifolius.
I know it. I know it with the yellow flowers.
Yes,
The bees are all over it.
Summer.
Yeah.
Senecio monroei is a species with the yellow flowers, but also has a crinkly leaf.
Okay.
That's a nice form.
Oh, that my mum had one at the top of the garden in
it's
the
common in
Wirral.
the garden, but you could say that as some of the others you've got in them are not rare or unusual, but they're good garden plants.
And with it being the grey foliage, it would
foliage would fit. Well, you haven't got a lot of grey, especially in this area anyway.
Quite.
You've not got a triffitt. I think grey goes with anything, as does shades of green.
We like that. That's great stuff. Brilliant. Thank you. Weigelia.
Yeah.
Wow, and gorgeous. And again, I just trim this rather to do with the Catinus.
Yes, I mean, strictly speaking, Deutzia, Philadelphus, and Weigelia. Actually, there's another example. Philadelphus and Deutzias could also go in here.
Philadelphus. How do you spell this?
Philadelphus, it's PH.
PH. Okay. Yeah. Philadelphus. Yeah.
And Deutzia, they're all pruned after flowering, taking up a portion of the old flowering growth.
Right.
So during the rest of the summer, that growth matures, and the flowers, generally the best flowers, occur on wood made the previous summer.
Right. That's on the
Philadelphus, Deutzia, and Weigelia.
And so all the same.
Yeah. Indeed, Forsythia. Those type of spring, summer flowering shrubs. That's the rule of thumb. If you're growing roses and buddleia, dogwoods,
Mm.
what do you do? But you cut them hard back
Yeah.
because the flowers occur on current season's growth.
Right. Right.
That's the rule of thumb for that section of
Okay.
pruning shrubs.
Good. Lovely. Lovely. Brilliant. Moving on. We've this. I know. I'll tell you. This is called, and it's called
Hypericum.
Hypericum. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, which one? Hard to say, but because there are some that grow quite tall and very low growing ones, but it's definitely Hypericum.
And beautiful yellow flowers.
Yellow flowers through the summer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Wonderful. Wonderful
Yeah.
flower.
There is a ground cover form, Hypericum calicinum.
Okay.
You've got to be careful getting clean stock with Hypericum because they can get affected with rust.
Okay.
But of course, this one's fine.
This one's happy as Larry.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to drag you through this. You're going to have to
Yes.
step through because there's a little. This is beauty, isn't it? Look at that. Isn't that lovely?
Oh, what tulips?
Yeah, a bit late because that's not what I brought you in here
They're
to see.
shaded.
Yes,
Yeah.
quite.
That's
Fab.
a viburnum again.
Yeah.
Columbine.
Columbine.
Yeah. Aquilegia. The botanical
Aquilegia,
name.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's
Columbine,
what
the
we've
common
been
name.
calling it. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, come if you can. Step through here, please.
Got other hidden little
There's a
patches, isn't
little patch here.
there? What have we got here?
Well, we've just planted out gooseberries from
Yes.
from London.
Yeah.
This was already here, but we've moved this a little bit, and it seems happy.
Good, what this is? It's not edible, is it?
We wondered whether it was a cherry or a
Plum or cherry?
plum or a cherry. Yeah.
Something like that. It could be edible, but of course there are a lot of ornamental forms.
Okay.
Hard to tell at the moment. I'll wait and see what that does, I think.
Okay.
It's a bit early to say because there's so many. It's definitely Rosaceae family, which is apple, pear, plum,
Okay. Yeah.
I would say.
That's.
Oh no. No. No, that wouldn't be a plum. There's nothing Fagus. That won't get me fooled at the moment.
Okay.
I think we'd have to have a sample of that. Best thing to do is when you come into Paradise Park
Yes.
sometime is to bring the sample with you when it gets to get me more growth on it.
Yeah.
And I'll try and identify it.
Oh, brilliant.
But that one I would hazard to guess at the moment, but that's the giveaway, and it's definitely not plum. And
Okay.
it may not be Rosaceae.
Oh, that's exciting.
And it might not be.
That's very
See, the
exciting.
leaves are not quite. And I looked at the leaves and they're not quite what you'd expect from something like a plum or cherry.
Okay.
No, and it's got a cut leaf, look. It's got
Yeah.
a cut leaf. So I think that'd be the best way to deal with that. We just need, when it's got a bit of this fruit on,
Yes.
up there.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually I think it's probably the flower.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like a
yeah.
mini catkin almost, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. There is Nothofagus. Comes to mind, but I wouldn't be sure.
Before you go,
Oh, sorry,
you're happy with these, aren't you? Should I be pruning the gooseberries at some point?
Well, not at the moment. Let them grow on.
Yes.
And that will be done, after they've fruited.
After they're fruited. So
Yeah.
pick the fruit,
Yeah.
stew it up with the elderflower.
Yeah, if you're going to grow fruits, and vegetables come to that, if you want a guide, you can get a sort of cropping guide with the sort of main things like culture, like pruning and so on, with the expert series by Dr. Hessian.
Yeah.
And a page on each one, and it gives you just the rudiments of the thing, but enough to be able to do it. It's fairly down to earth. He was very good with he's got them on almost every subject now.
Good.
He used to work for PBI in those days, and that's when he started. He had a few books out, but I mean, I think he sold more books than anybody else. To be your own thing, be your own expert.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
what I would suggest with that, and then stick with the queries. You can always ask me.
Who are we here? Any idea?
Has it done anything? That looks more like an ornamental cherry.
Okay.
It's got a fruit on it there, look.
It has.
Is it round? It's roundish. Ornamental cherry.
Okay.
Definitely, I'd say that one is definitely rosaceae. It's not got any serration. Well, it's got fine serration around the leaf. It's a slight. I mean, it's different to that one by quite a distance, and that one's got a fruit on it, whereas that one's got the catkins, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not easy at the moment. I think
Good.
they need a bit more.
Good. Lovely.
A bit more to go on.
Brilliant. Love it.
A bit more to go on, like the pitch ride eventually.
Yes.
Let it do a bit more, and then I'll do some research on that.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Sometimes I've got time when I'm at Paradise Park the weekends to spend a bit of time looking.
Sure. Now, with both this huge,
Yeah.
which may actually be some kind of Leylandia, I don't know, but whatever it is.
Conifers, there's so many of them.
And yeah,
This one, to me, this smells like a thuya. I think this is a thuya species.
okay.
Can't be 100%. Conifers are so difficult. And one of the good ways comparing, name varieties that have been, right from the year dot, that's that, and so on. But I think that's a thuya.
I want to bring it down to a more manageable level. Is that possible? No.
It'll die back.
Yeah. So it'll end up with a big baldy patch. Yeah.
I think you're landed with it as it is.
Stuck with it. Yeah.
Just to keep the size, but of course it does protect the wind.
It does.
It does a good job in that respect. This is Leyland,
Okay.
and you see how that one is a longer piece.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
That
Absolutely.
one's flat.
Yeah.
This one smells different. It's not that much of a smell. Pretty soon it smells different. Yeah, a bit musty there, that one. Let's try that, see if you can get sniff a lot.
That's all right.
It's not so easy.
You're right. It is a different smell.
Yeah, I think that's thuya. This is Leyland. It looks like a form like Castle Welland, which is the yellow form, not the green form.
Is it dying?
Well, so that brown's never going to come back.
No.
And whether it's been caused by dryness, because up here it'll be very well drained in summer.
Indeed.
And as I said earlier, there's an aphid that affects Leyland cypress and Chamaecyparis, and one or two other genera of conifer, which have been identified some years ago specific to certain conifers.
Okay.
And it has and you get these areas where it's completely brown, and when you go like that, and it just drops down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I were to take a metre off it with a chainsaw, it's not going to do it any more damage than it's already. I mean, at the moment, as you can see, it's unmanageable up there. It's impossible to get to, and
well, it's got two chances.
yes, exactly.
And some of it's okay at the moment. When you cut it down to that level, you might be able to replace some.
Yeah.
If you track some stuff the same height.
Yeah.
That might be a better bet.
Yes. Yeah.
But once conifers start to grow like that, over the long term, I don't think there's a lot of hope.
No, I think you're probably right. What this
Pyracanthus,
we love that.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And over in the back there,
That's another Weigela.
another
That's a
Weigela.
different cultivar. That's red, of course, and that's pink.
Okay. Now, what is this?
Phlomis fruticosa.
Right. So pH.
PHLOM.
Phlomis.
Phlomis fruticosa.
Wow.
Yellow flowers.
Wonderful. We worship it. It's growing.
Yeah.
It's growing like crazy.
Yes.
What do we do with it?
Just prune it. Just really prune and keep it in bounds. Don't hard prune it back unless you have to.
Okay.
That's basically it's doing all right at the moment.
Yeah.
In that case, don't try to mend it because it's not broke.
Yeah. Happy.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
We know what we've
Yeah,
got lots of those. Over in the back there is
Viburnum tinus.
Viburnum tinus.
There's a tree peony.
A tree peony.
Yeah, I
we
don't know which one.
no,
Yeah,
that's
there
all
might be
right.
luteum, but there's loads of different sorts.
Do we prune that at all?
No.
No, leave it alone.
Yeah, more or less, just dead.
Yeah.
Weak. Keep the framework.
Okay.
Yes. Now this one. Oh, we've got a snail up there.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't like those.
No.
Now, what do you do with that form of wildlife?
Well, I'm afraid it finds its way to the bottom of the garden.
Yeah, that's right next door.
Far be it from me.
Yeah.
Who are we here?
Well, that looks to me like Deutzia.
Okay.
I think it is.
Deutzia.
Deutzia, D-U-T-Z-I-A or S-I-A, Z-I-A.
And that's a J or a G, did you say, sorry?
D-E-U, T.
Oh, Deutzia. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's happy doing its stuff, just give it a trim?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, same as the Wagila, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you worry about all this kind of growing on top of each other stuff at the bottom?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, it's all right. That looks like some form of Photinia.
It is a Photinia.
Yeah.
Pete planted
But
that.
it's a cultivar.
Okay.
It's not red robin. It's a different one.
Okay.
Red
Good.
robin's the common one.
Okay.
There's also a little red robin, which only grows, only grows 2 or 3 feet,
Okay.
as opposed to the Photinia fraseri red robin, which grows very big if you let it.
And so, is it a good idea to keep? I mean, it's stringing out to the right there. Does that
Yes.
want just snipping off and just?
Well,
enabling it to-
you just take off what you don't want.
Yeah.
Keep it in the bounds to where you want it to grow.
Right.
That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Happy days. I think is that a little
That's a
a
hawthorn.
hawthorn? Yeah,
That's a
absolutely.
seedling, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Another viburnum.
Another viburnum.
Another smoke tree.
Another Cotinus.
Cotoneaster.
Is that a Cotoneaster?
Yeah,
I should have known that.
And below it is Viburnum davidii.
And it's not happy.
No.
It's not happy. What should we do about that?
Again, once it's died out in place like the dead growth there,
Yep.
I mean, you could try feeding it, in the spring and summer to try and get some new growth. But it's a nice plant, and
And
it's
it's not
probably
happy.
getting quite. Actually, it doesn't grow that tall, and it's probably quite an old plant.
Mhm.
So it might be time to change it.
Okay.
I mean, I think in that case you could probably put the same thing in it.
And tell me again what it is.
That's Viburnum davidii.
Viburnum davidii. Okay. And this is a Cotoneaster, but obviously it's not a horizontalis, but we don't know which it is.
I don't know which species
No.
or cultivar offhand. There's so many of them.
Yeah, of course.
The only way will be comparison, really.
I'm really pleased. That's how my mother, bless her, told me when I said, "Oh look, we're back at home." I said, "Oh look, there's a Cotoneaster," and she said, "You're an imbecile."
Yes.
And she was right. This is the one I planted from London.
That looks like it's had it.
I think it looks like it's had it, and
This is only the growing point alive, eh?
what
The growing point's still there, but unfortunately the rest of it's not going to recover.
it's not.
I doubt it.
So we should
Yeah.
cut our losses. And
I think so.
okay,
Yeah.
I've given you a good chance, Pet.
Yes.
Okay,
That's it.
we know where we are here and here.
Hydrangeas and
Yes,
for you.
of course. And
Yeah,
this
the
we
lavender,
believe is a Vinca.
Vinca, periwinkle, Vinca.
Should we
That's
worry?
Vinca major.
Vinca major.
And
Should
there's
we?
Vinca major variegator and its cultivars. They're all coloured forms. There's also Vinca minor, which is the small leaf form.
Okay.
Again, green and variegated forms.
Should we worry about the fact that it's growing like crazy?
Yes, because it will take over. You've got to keep it just where you want it.
Yeah. So get rid of the
And
stuff.
It's a good ground cover plant.
It is.
Yes.
Tell me about this. We
That is a euonymus.
are you on this?
Yes.
It's only recently been planted, again from London.
Yes. We've got quite a bit of dieback growth in there, but if there's sap in that, it might still recover.
We think it's got life in it. We think
Yes. It might recover,
we'll.
but it is a euonymus.
Good.
There's so many different types.
That's fine.
You've got a few others, I think.
And this is this
That's the arum.
arum.
Arum, yeah, it's a wildflower, but I wouldn't let it grow.
Fine. Lovely.
Actually, keep that because it will spread.
Good. Lovely. Brilliant.
It's a plant that you won't want unless you've got a wild area where it just does its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Lovely. I don't know because I'm stupid. Tell me.
That's Conomeles,
Canomeles.
which is
Love.
the ornamental quince.
Okay.
And
Yes, of course it is.
They're not edible,
No.
not like the
Proper
real
quince,
quince,
yeah.
which is a great big knobbly fruit,
Yeah.
and which is used. That's used for pear rootstock quince
Okay.
in some cases. Yeah.
Or jam in my mother's case.
Well, yes, yeah, that's right. Yes, yeah. Then you've got Aubrey.
Aubreyshire,
struggling
indeed.
in there, and this is a juniper.
Oh, okay. Lovely. Oh, it's a rather
I
lovely.
don't know which one. There's a lot of different kinds of those, as there are all these. This is a Chamaecyparis.
A chamois.
I think it's a Chamaecyparis.
Okay.
But you've got quite a few different sorts. They're all different garden forms or cultivars, and each one's slightly different from another.
I love it.
Conifers naming is a nightmare.
That I don't want. It's not important to us, but I love it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, that is one of the most difficult things you've got in the garden. You'd have to work with conifers virtually permanently to know
what they're all called. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This has struggled, whereas this is happy as Larry.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should call it a day on that.
That won't recover.
No.
And it's going to remain dead at the base, like underneath like that forever.
Okay.
But this one's doing very well.
We'll call time on that one, I think.
That's right. Yes.
Good. And we've got here a daffodil, but it looks, is it?
Yeah. It looks. Is it? Or, yes, it probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
The lavenders you got here, of course, that's the best plant for the bees.
The bees worship it.
Yeah, that is the thing. That if you only have lavender, that's very good for the bees. And of course, they're having a hard time.
That we don't want to discourage bees at all. We had a wasp's nest underneath there. It's gone now.
Osteospermum.
Osteospermum, indeed,
And
indeed.
that's from all the types are from South Africa.
Okay.
Cape.
Yeah. And opens in the sun and goes out again.
Yeah, that's
Lovely.
right. Hence its name, Cape Daisy.
Cape Daisy, indeed, indeed.
Osteospermum. Euonymus.
Euonymus again.
Euonymus chipotle.
So the same as over there, which is struggling at the moment.
Yes, that's right. Very similar.
Okay.
It looks like it may be the same thing, but there are a lot of, again, different garden forms, slightly different coloured leaves. Some are bushy like that. There are one or two upright forms as well.
Okay. We have a Cotoneaster.
Yes. Now I was wondering about here whether you put a few more like this one in here to come down. Cotoneaster.
Yeah, horizontalis.
Well, this one looks like, I don't know whether that is actually horizontalis or not. I don't think so. There's Microphyllus, grows a bit like that. There's lots of different sorts. Best thing to do with this is to compare it in the garden centre or nursery to match it.
Got you.
Because there's some quite close forms to that, and when the flowers are on,
Yeah, of course.
because that's often the giveaway.
Yeah.
You could have a group in here.
And Cotoneaster rather than Berberis?
Berberis. I mean, you could have a batch of Cotoneaster here and Berberis at the back.
Yeah.
Of which they're a bit taller.
Yeah.
Something like, there's quite a few dwarfer forms. You've got Berberis stenophila, Berberis thunbergii. Stenophila is evergreen.
Okay.
Thunbergii is not, it's deciduous. And there are a number of others in between. You haven't got much Berberis in this garden.
No, absolutely
so I
not.
just wonder if there's a chance for that here.
And Cotoneaster. That's a good
lower
idea.
Level. Yes, you could have just Cotoneaster horizontalis in here, but I don't think that's it. It doesn't look quite right for it. It looks like more like Cotoneaster microphyllus to me.
Okay.
But again, there's so many different sorts.
We've got here. This is another. Is that is that a fuchsia? Right.
Yeah, that looks like the hardy fuchsia.
Yep.
Fuchsia mesolannica.
Yep.
Or Ricketonii.
Okay.
So, they're the hardy type, they're not hybrids.
Okay.
Species.
Okay.
That's what that looks like.
And this is very interesting. I hadn't noticed that until today.
It's more
Actually,
like a gooseberry.
it does look like a gooseberry.
I think it is a gooseberry, isn't it?
Good.
You dig that out and put it over there.
Go with its mates.
Yeah.
Good.
Now look, this grows on our flint wall and round our area. Many people just pull it out and think it's a weed, but that is Corydalus lutea.
Oh.
Cordyli. Yes, Corydalus luteum.
And it's happy doing its own thing.
Yes, I should leave it because a lot of the wildflowers are having a hard time.
Yep.
And I tend to, where it's coming up as a weed amongst the plants, or they don't want to take it out.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'll let it grow.
And do its stuff.
And we have a toadflax that grows in New Haven, and many of the flint walls round where we are down here, and I let that grow.
Lovely.
That's quite tender. It gets cut back by the bad weather in winter,
Mm-hmm.
and it tends to just regrow the roots and come up again.
Clever stuff.
Some people pull it out and throw it away.
No.
Again, that's another one to encourage, in a sense, in the right place.
Yep.
Yes.
We've got another euonymus and another hydrangea.
Another euonymus. That's a euonymus too.
Who's this here?
Another osteospermum.
Okay.
That's a hybrid.
Oh, okay. And this. Okay.
No, that's a dock or something similar there.
And that shouldn't be there.
No, it's a weed. No, we classified as a weed in the border like this.
And this
Little
baby.
Yes, now that rings a bell, but not sure offhand that one.
Okay. Is that an alpine?
I think that's a wildflower,
Okay, good.
not an alpine.
Okay,
Stand be corrected. Not
Okay.
an alpine.
fine.
Lavender again. This is a euonymus.
Yeah,
Simple one there.
variegated euonymus,
Yeah,
obviously.
Cerastium. That's often grown in a rock garden area.
Beautiful.
It's not a true alpine, but I don't think. But it's Cerastium tomentosum.
How am I supposed to spell that?
It's easy. T-O-M.
T-U-M.
M-E-N-T-O-S-U-M. Tomentosum.
Fabulous, fabulous. And that's a euphorbia,
It is.
Okay.
And there are many kinds.
of which there are myriad.
Hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Here.
Who have we got here?
What's that? Ooh. Could that be a geranium?
Good grief.
It could be it could be a no flower yet, but if it comes like a herbaceous geranium, possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. That's a weed. You don't want that. You class that as a weed. This stuff.
Okay.
Don't get that out because you'll see it everywhere.
Right.
That looks like Convolvulus sonorum. Yeah, it is. There's the flower.
Okay.
Convolvulus sonorum.
Fabulous.
CN.
Fabulous.
Sonorum.
It's okay. And is this a... Do I see a little sedum down there? Is that a sedum?
Yes. Yes. It's struggling.
It's struggling, but it's there.
But you could get that out of there and put it in a better spot
Okay.
and give it a better chance. Columbines again.
Yep.
And what have we got here? Yes. This looks like honeysuckle of some sort.
Okay.
Lanicera. It's a form of honeysuckle. I
Okay,
think.
yeah, I know Lanicera, yeah. We've got a honeysuckle in London.
Lanicera.
Okay. We're fairly alright there.
Yes.
Yeah, we're
And of course
okay.
you've got, this is the winter flowering heath.
Okay.
People call them heathers loosely, but it is a heath and will tolerate the chalk better. The ones that grow on the acid soil and the moors is the Calluna. This is Erica. It's either Erica, this one looks like it might be Erica dahliensis, but it's Erica carnea only grows this high.
Uh-huh.
Erica dahliensis grows about that high.
Okay.
So one's about 6 to 8 inches, the other one's about up to 15, 18 when mature.
Fab.
And they're the winter flowering ones and the various cultivars of it which will survive better on the chalk.
Okay. We love this. We don't care what it is, but we love it. It's beautiful. It's a work of art.
Yes, this I think that's another form of yew.
Okay.
I think it is. It's quite hard to say. It's got a new growth on there.
They're all beautiful.
Yeah, but I mean that's excellent, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Good cover, yeah.
Yeah.
Could be. There are different forms of that. It's not just the English yew and the Irish yew. There are lots of different types of that.
And these are drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
Yeah. Perhaps not best happy. Perhaps it's reaching the end of its
I
time.
think so. The trouble is it's getting mature and you're getting a lot of dead. Getting a lot of dead in there.
What can we do? Anything? Because
To get new growth on them, it'd be a big job. Whether you try foliar feeding it, because the nutrients go into plants quicker through the leaves than they do through the roots.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be regular through the growing period, April to September. Liquid seaweed.
Okay. Spraying it.
Well, yeah, spraying the foliage to try and get more growth to come on longer, so that it covers up the brown. But the brown bits won't recover.
Right. Right.
They never do on conifers.
No,
I've never known it. No.
Okay.
That's well, you've got a bit more hawthorn here.
Yep.
There. That's a dianthus, pink.
Dianthus.
Yes, dianthus is a botanical name for pinks.
Okay.
Yes.
Fab.
Yeah.
This is brilliant, David. This is just what we want.
Yeah, that's another cotonia. That does look like horizontalis.
Uh huh.
The other one doesn't quite match it. That doesn't quite look like it. This is a berberis. This one here.
Yep.
Thorny. That's an ash.
Yes, it'll be out. It'll be. And just tell me what this is. It's just a wildflower, is it?
Well, no, it can be cultivated, but yes, it will be probably. Not sure on that one.
Okay.
No, that's
cool.
one of the ones I'm not sure.
Okay.
One need identity.
Is that a quince under the, or is?
Yes. This is that. This is a quince again, ornamental quince.
Okay.
Yeah. Anomalies. CH.
All right, we don't care. That's fine. This is all good. This is. I just bought this from your place, and
Oh yes.
it's beautiful, beautiful work of art.
Yes. Now that.
I've forgotten what it was called.
Pulsatilla.
Pulsatilla.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's Pulsatilla. Yes. Pulsatilla. I think that's what it is.
And those are a little work of art, aren't they?
What, the columbines?
That's a red columbine, is
Yes,
it?
it is.
Oh,
They
fab.
tend to seed themselves.
Yeah,
You see,
yeah.
different colours, and they seed themselves quite regularly.
Okay,
Well, I'm not sure on that one.
cool, cool.
There's so many things like that.
This is being eaten.
Yes. Yeah. Ah, now. Is it mainly semicircular? It is. Look at that. Could be vine weevil. Do you ever have bedding plants up here? You grow bedding plants in pots yet?
No.
No. I don't. There's a leaf cutting bee that cuts round the edge. But I think some of the leaves are holes a little bit more in the centre. Could be some form of grub, a caterpillar type, rather than vine weevil. The vine weevil, neatly, the adult, neatly cuts round the outside of the leaf in semicircular fashion. The thing to do is to look out for them.
Yep.
Keep inspecting, see if you can find any, because that damage may have been done last year.
Okay. Okay.
And what happens is they pupate in the soil and then come out again. Yeah,
Good.
in this time of year.
It's in fact it's doing its stuff there as well. Looking.
Oh,
It's,
yes. Yeah. But if you the vine weevil, it's a dark coloured. It's a true weevil about that long. It's black. The nocturnal they come
I
out
know
at
it.
night.
Little.
And their grubs are an off-white colour with a fawn head, and they eat the root system.
Oh, great.
I
Lovely.
think maybe it could well be a caterpillar type instead.
I've got lots of ladybirds, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's good news.
Yeah, well that's good because it eats the aphids,
Yeah.
the green flies, the box. Of
Yep, of course.
Scented. Phew, what's got me at the moment? I think. Is it going to have a daisy flower? Does it have a daisy flower?
Can't remember.
I think I'll have to have a piece of that
Okay.
to get down to it because there's so many few things like this.
It's very, very beautiful.
Artemisia
Artemisia.
could be. It's best guess at the moment.
That's all right. The best guesses are better than
Well,
what I've got, which is.
there's a ladybird.
There we are.
Yeah, it's the best, but a piece off that sometime. You come in with bits and pieces.
Yeah,
We could finalise odd things there.
fab. Yeah, much of the same. Yep. This is how those plants I was telling you about.
You need to cut this out
Yep. Okay.
and try and encourage the new growth on them.
Yep.
Foliar feeding does do that quite nicely, but it's a big job. You obviously have to do that with a sprayer.
Of course.
You
Of
mix
course.
it up, spray, and give it
Yeah.
a good cover.
That's and liquid seaweed is good.
Yeah, liquid seaweed. There's one, Maxicrop do one of them.
Okay.
And also there's one that they have added iron to, which is good if your shrubs are yellowing
Okay.
on the chalk,
Okay.
because you get iron deficiency on chalk.
Okay.
You get that yellowing in the leaf.
And so every time we're here, give it another once a week or something.
Well, starting off fortnightly,
Okay.
and then go to things improve if they do them up to a month, and then stop when the thing's corrected.
Okay. Good.
That's basically it.
Lovely. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not too fussed about this. It's another of many,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
and I'm trying to. I don't know what to do with it, but Aubrey should.
Yeah,
Bottom. This is naughty, isn't it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
looks like an erodium. It's the geranium family,
Yeah.
and it's really in a garden like this. They're going to spread everywhere. It needs
Yeah.
to be taken out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
I
fine.
would call it a weed. And that's the rock rose, Helianthemum, of
Helianthemum.
which there are many colours: red, orange, yellow, white, and so on.
Mhm.
Very good. Good plant for a rock area
Okay.
or on a bank, sunny bank.
Well, it's funny you should say that. We're going to go on to that in a moment. This doesn't look like very happy at all, does
That's
it?
not happy at all.
No.
That looks like was a rosemary.
It does look like it's a rosemary.
Yeah, this is winter jasmine.
Okay.
Jasmine and nudiflorum.
Yes, yeah. That might have come from London.
Yeah, that one, I might recover that. I mean, it's what's the dead taken out.
Yep,
There's another of the Helianthemum and the rock rose.
yep.
Another
Another struggling conifer.
that's not going to come.
No.
No.
Okay.
Obviously, the bit of the front to come off, and then it'll be bare at the base.
Yeah.
So
Enough.
some of these replacing. Ah, that's the toe flax at the back.
Toe flax.
It's a form of toe flax, I think, the common name. It grows on the flint walls everywhere.
Fab.
If you let it, and yes, it's okay in its place, but it will come up in various other places, sees itself frequently.
Okay.
So you need to restrict it in paving and where you don't want it, and just let it grow in certain places like this.
Good.
And I think it's worth its salt because again, it's becoming less known.
Yeah. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
All good. All good. All good.
It's all the same.
Yep.
Yeah, you see there it is.
Yep.
I said it grew all around.
This is
area.
Sweet
Yeah.
William.
No.
No.
No, that's perennial sweet pea.
Sweet pea. Duh.
Lathyrus latifolia.
Okay.
The Lathyrus is the botanical name for sweet pea.
Okay.
That's a perennial sweet pea.
It comes back every year.
Yes.
And do we want it there?
Be better somewhere else, trained up one of your walls.
It grows like crazy in the rocks here in
Yes.
in between,
Yeah.
which we
But
love.
it will ramble about if you let it.
Yeah.
But you could train it up trellis, or something like that, far better. And it'll get cut back in the winter quite often. A hard winter, you can't even find it.
Yeah.
We've got the one on the front of our house, which is just starting to, not quite that size yet, but it's beginning to grow. And there was nothing there in the winter, even though we only had the wet and milder winter.
Yeah.
Cuts it right back, but it is slightly tender. That's forget-me-not, isn't it?
It is forget-me-not.
Yeah, Myosotis.
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 Okay. Now a little bit more around. Oh, go on. Sorry. More.
Yeah, it's
of
quite
the
a bit
same.
of that, isn't it? Are we up here now, around the
Can we
corner?
just,
Yeah.
if that's all right?
Yeah.
This is so helpful. We've got a bit more Cotoneaster.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's right. Columbine again, the Aphrodisia.
yeah, lots of that.
Here we have Genista hispanica.
Now, what do you think of that?
Nice.
We love it. We love it.
Good for the insects again.
Yeah, it did go all the way around here, but when we had this put in,
Yeah.
we've lost a bit of it. But in truth, it was getting very spindly.
You need to get much of the dead without cutting the flower off it, out of it.
Okay.
And if you want to perpetuate, I suppose, new ones in on this bit here, if you've got the space, eventually put a few new plants of the same in.
Tell me what it's called again.
Genista hispanica.
Genista.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
There are various forms of it. Again, you go back to the exact species. I think it's Genista hispanica is the common one.
Good. These two are both transplanted from London.
Yes. Oh, that's the jasmine and nudiflorum again, the winter flowering jasmine.
Okay, and this is
That's Escalonia.
Escalonia.
Yes. And there are many different varieties of it.
Okay.
Pink, red, apple blossom.
It's thrilled to
White.
bits with life now. It hated its life before, and
That
it's happy
is
now.
very good near the sea.
Good.
Not right front line, but here is ideal.
We're okay with most of this stuff. I'm not sure what this is.
Ah, that's Jutsu again. Same as the one over there. You see the one in the border at the bottom?
Yes, absolutely. We've done most. Do we know what this is?
What does it do? Anything?
No idea. Does it get orange or red flowers?
Yes. Now that could be Montbretia.
Montbretia. That could well be right. Yeah.
Yes, it could be.
Okay.
Yeah. It spreads everywhere. Every berry will need a new plant if you let it grow. So just beware.
Okay. So keep it in.
It's all right, keep it in its place.
Who have we got here?
That's a wildflower.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. We
Yeah.
don't mind that, do we?
Yes. Which one I'm not sure, but it does tend to spread. You
Okay.
need to be wary about that spreading about as well.
Okay. Okay. And this is mad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got the that's clematis, isn't it?
Yes.
Old man's beard.
Yep. Absolutely. And this is another four-sided by the looks.
It does look like it. Yes, you
Yeah.
can tell by the bark as well. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
These are the lenticels. The breathing pores on the bark gets a giveaway when it's not in flower.
That's another bloody. That's another.
Honeysuckle.
Oh, is it honeysuckle? Is it?
That looks
Okay.
like the Nisra.
Okay. Yeah.
I'd say so. Yes. There's a rose tucked in here.
Yes. These have been transplanted from the rear of the
yellow
house.
flowers coming out. Phlomis fruticosa.
Phlomis friticosa. We had another one down there.
This is
Yeah.
a better specimen.
Okay.
Yeah, good one. Yeah, that's a good thing. Good.
Who have we got here?
Ooh, yeah, that. Goes to hollyhock.
Oh, yes.
Botanical name won't come at the moment, but that's definitely hollyhock.
That's good.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
good. Fine.
Yeah.
Lovely. And we've got another hawthorn.
Yes, yes.
I'm not sure what's going on here.
No. Again, that looks
Could be
again looks
Lonicera.
like a sort of seedling cherry or plum, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
it's hard to say it. That's like that. Oh, and this is nice. That's a very big specimen
Isn't it?
of a tree
Yes, tree peony.
peony.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it might be the same as the one down the bottom.
Yeah, I'm sure it
Same
is.
colour pattern.
But look at this. This is like Christmas, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Now then, that looks like possibly the wild gladioli.
It could. Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it does look like it, and I think you'll find it's purple.
it's good. Good.
When it comes out.
Happy
I
days.
think so. And then this is obviously euphorbia again.
And how am I going to chop that back?
Yeah, let it do its own thing. I mean, I would just restrict it.
Yeah.
There's no need to cut it hard back.
Okay.
No.
Good. Good.
No.
More hollyhock at the back.
Yeah, looks like it. Yes.
Yeah.
More hollyhock. Nice rose.
Nice rose.
Wygelia.
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 This is the dogwood in flower.
Dogwood in
There's the
flower.
red bark on the new.
Of course. Yeah.
Get me not again. In my assault.
What have we got over here?
That's Potentilla.
Potentilla. Okay.
Potentilla fruticosa.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
this is Phlomis again.
Again.
Yeah.
And Spirea.
Yeah.
Happy days.
This is a lilac. Syringa.
Okay. Good grief.
Not. It's whether it's. I don't think it's Microphyllus, but there are different species. It's not the very common form, I might say, but it's a nice one, though.
It's a nice
Give it a big
lilac.
Syringa.
Yeah. And does that need help at all? Does it need trimming back?
Only
Or
dead. Only dead. Keep it within bounds. I wouldn't cut it hard back.
okay.
No.
Cool.
And that's another Phlomis. They like
And
the
they're
Phlomis, isn't
they're
it?
happy
And
here.
the laburnum.
With laburnum and another lilac.
Yeah, that is the Syringa. That's the the typical.
Of course, that we'll see everywhere.
Whereas that's a different species, the one up there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very good. A nice colour. Like that one.
It's very healthy, isn't
Yeah.
it? Although it's very springy.
Just well fairly near the coast. Griselinia.
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 You're making that up.
No, Griselinia littoralis.
Okay.
We'll check it up. Yeah.
And what does it do?
Just that.
That's it.
It doesn't. It's if it ever fails, seems conspicuous. It's
Okay.
just a nice coloured,
Nice flat
light coloured leaf.
foliage, yeah.
Quite a good coastal shrub, but not a frontliner. The
Okay.
elderberry again.
Elderberry.
Sambucus. We've got the very mature ivy here.
Yes. What
Heterohelix.
what should we do? Should we leave it? It's obviously killing this, which I think is the same.
No, then this. No, I wonder whether this is Gladitia. I
Gladitia.
said that before, didn't
You
I?
did.
Rather than Robinia.
Okay.
Looking at the form of it, I think if you look this up, it would probably be it's there's Gladitia, and I don't try. No, I don't know, sure, but Gladitia, yes, I think that's probably it, because that was a little piece that we saw before.
Indeed. But I think it's the same tree.
It's the same tree, but this I think gives it away.
Okay.
Not. It's got these thorny bits on it, I think.
Yes, it does.
There, so
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Lovely bits on here. I think that's what it is.
And it's over. It's fallen over. It's covered in ivy.
Yeah, I think really the ivy's taking it over.
Yep.
Perhaps the best thing to do is to cut the losses of both of them.
I
Put a
think
new
you're
one
right.
of these Gladitia in.
Gladitia.
If you bring the piecing, when you come in with these one or two that we need to just get exactly what they are.
Yep.
We can check this one as well.
Lovely. Lovely.
But I think we'll find that's what it is.
Lovely.
But I mean, I think you could put another one on just a slightly different spot.
And it'll be happy.
Yeah, and it should be okay. Well, it's obviously been happy over the years.
It has.
I mean, this is gone past being mature. It's dying.
I'm afraid so.
Yes.
It's its final throes.
It's more or less, yeah.
Back up this way, I think, because I think we're all right there, aren't we?
We've done that bit.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
So at the top, because this is the other
Yep.
little bit, and where I think we mostly need your advice.
Right.
Actually, I think we need your advice all the time, but that's a different thing. We have built this garage, and we've got 2 sort of beds that were made for us, and we've also got a hedge up there which we think we need to remove and replant, and we want your advice on all of those things. Now, there's a pile of rocks at the back here. You'll see as I'll just take you down and show. You can see our Araucaria. My father's favourite tree, and that's quite. It's knocked on a bit.
That's horizontal. This Cotonea's horizontal. See, it is.
Yep. Yeah.
Take that and compare the other one. I think you'll find it's slightly different.
Okay. These rocks here,
yes.
we haven't thrown away,
No.
but that's what we're thinking of. This is just a thought, and you tell me whether you think this is a goer. Yes. We were thinking of rocking this around the perimeter here, rocking here,
yes,
and then most importantly here and here, and putting alpines in here.
Yes, I see no reason why not.
Okay.
Moderately sheltered, isn't it? Now, if you're going to have true alpines, because they grow, that's exactly where they come from, the Alps, isn't it? So many of them grow on ledges, and they don't like to be too wet. So a rock area is ideal.
Yep.
And you could fill it in with a scree material. So you have the rocks, and you want scree material, the same as the rocks are, and match it as well as you can. They look very natural.
Okay. And
that
so
would be the wrong.
Yes, which is why we're ripping it out at the moment, bagging it up. Shall we? Would it be? Is the right thing to do to put a layer of rubbish stones, and then nicer looking stones, and then backfill it with soil, with compost soil?
Yeah, it needs to be well drained underneath. As I said, they don't like the wet.
Yeah.
Many of them. There are things, you could, otherwise that like the sun, that you grow things like that Cerastium I shut down there.
Cerastium.
That one I showed you. The Cerastium was the white flower that was grey foliage.
That's right. Yes.
Aubrietia, yellow alyssum, Alyssum saxifragi, Moxie saxifrages. All those are very common things you grow in a rock area. Not necessarily true alpines. Then you've got the more sort of connoisseur alpines. If you want to have a collection of those, you've got then the many of the different saxifragas.
Yes, saxifraga.
A number of other things that come over the rocks and that sort of thing. But the other thing to consider is probably having maybe the dwarf conifers or other sort of evergreen material. Making sure you get enough evergreen material, because most alpines and rock garden plants flower in the spring and summer, early summer. And in the winter there's little or no interest.
Right. Okay. But we're in the right ballpark with that sort of stuff.
Well, that's the reason why it won't work. Yes.
Good.
Yeah, I think
so. Who do we have?
This is a spirea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a flower.
Oh, right. Yeah. I had no idea.
Yeah, I think that's spirea. Yeah, definitely rose family. Compare that, the flowers look like miniature roses.
Okay. Yeah. And is this is also a spirea? No, this.
This I think is Deutzia.
Deutzia again.
A different form.
Okay.
Yeah. Could this be comfrey?
Comfrey, yes.
I think it is.
Knitbone?
Yeah, some people call it that.
Mum.
Yes, I think that's what it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is. We don't know.
Yeah, that's the secondary growth of an ivy.
Okay.
That's the ivy. Once it gets mature, ivy looks like that.
I see. So it's just new. So we could possibly take this back, could we?
Yeah, I think ivy's. It's not really. It fills the area in.
Yes.
It's a screen, but it's a question of what kind of planting you want. Really.
Yes. Yeah. Who have we here? Do you know? It's not a nettle. No, this isn't a nettle.
It's got square stems. I wonder if it's a sage. Pooh. It stinks. Not sure. Let's see what that does. With the flower.
Okay.
Maybe some form of herb.
Okay. Good. It's rather nice, actually.
Yes. Yeah, and it fills the space, that's for sure.
Now, here's where we have our... This hedge, to me, has seen better days.
Yeah.
It's full of everything that you probably... I mean, it's fine, but to my mind, when the digger comes, we can take this entire thing out and put something that provides a little bit more of privacy.
Yes.
In which case, we'd dig the whole lot out, give it a proper new house to live in, and then would you have
any ideas yourself what you'd like to see?
No, we want you to tell us what to do.
That Escalonia you've got over there.
Escalonia.
Yeah, there's one called Ivy Eye.
Uh-huh.
Escalonia Ivy Eye, which is a very vigorous one. It'll soon get up to a reasonable height.
Evergreen?
It's evergreen, it's got white flowers.
Fab.
You got over there was red, I think, but there's red, pink and apple blossom type, and the white one. That Griselinia that you've got over there might be another one. But the thing is sourcing something that's big enough to give impact.
Yes.
Because smaller plants tend to get established better than bigger plants for obvious reasons. So sourcing something that's bigger will be more difficult with some of those plants. You see the thing they've got across there, that's actually looks like Euonymus japonicus.
Yes.
Along the side of the big leaf Euonymus.
Yes.
That does very well around here, and we'll give you a good cover eventually. Again, sourcing larger plants is more difficult and very expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else? The daisy bush.
Daisy bush.
Aleria macrodonta, Aleria hastii. Those are probably the best two. They've got white flowers in summer.
Lovely.
You could look some of these things up.
We will look.
Look at those things up. That's 3 examples at least we've got already, isn't it? What else? See that? There's Escalonia across there. Look, that there, across the way.
Yep.
Going to that drive there.
How do you spot that?
Yes, now you see this is our better times.
Yes, of course.
Like it's had a bit of trouble when they made the drive too. A lot of it's gone dead, look.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's typical. I thought this would survive better, but that definitely.
It's gorgeous.
It's a nice thing. You get the flowers through the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's really sourcing something big. If you have, see, you won't get anything much bigger than that easily. You might from a specialist grower.
Yes.
And therefore it's going to be small for some years.
Yes. Yes.
And it needs well preparing ground and putting plenty of organic matter and feeding to get it going.
Fine.
Because this environment here is still it's very windy in winter.
It is.
It?
Very.
You will get a certain amount of salt. Salt on some island will come right across over there.
Yeah.
Get
Good.
a good view from up there, didn't you?
Just a bit.
Yeah,
Just a
I've
bit.
noticed that. Yeah. Can't see it from the garden, but get a good view from here.
From the top of the garage. Oh, most certainly. Most certainly.
Well, there's a few ideas.
That's brilliant.
There will be. There's a good form of Euonymus japonicus. Common in the garden. It's green. It doesn't do much else. It usually goes to seed a little bit, flower, and see if it's having a bit harder time. I find, but that's ideal.
And this will. You say it won't flower.
It has got an insignificant flower, but it's usually having a hard time when it does that.
Right.
I see.
I
This
see.
is far better.
I see.
And
I
you
see.
stand clipping and shaping.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what that is, which is not having as good a time.
Yes.
But I think Griselinia, Escalonia, this one be the most robust.
Yeah.
And for a specialist grower, you might get them a bit bigger if you can afford to pay for them. It's quite priced because obviously they take longer to grow in the nursery.
Of course, it's not going to be cheap to take it out. So
It won't.
we're nearly done.
Yeah.
If I can just finish you off
Yeah.
by taking you all the way around the out, but just this, there's one final bit really. Yes, indeed.
And again, the bees and insects like that.
Worship it. It's ablaze with bees of a. Yeah.
You probably know it's been flagged off on the media and programmes on the telly as well about the difficulties of the bees and insects at the moment.
Our snails seem to enjoy drinking beer more than they do find their way into the.
Yeah, quite.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean these shady areas, the hostas do well.
And the hostas are a magnet for snails.
Well, I'm afraid they are. Yes.
Yeah. Now, here, this obviously we're going to need to soften this up, and Peter would really like something that's going to, because we've got some backfilled soil here. We wonder whether we can plant anything that's going to drape over.
What about Virginian creeper?
Virginian creeper.
Self-clinging.
With
autumn colour.
Yeah.
Loses leaves in winter, you have sticks.
Yes. So which is that?
Similar.
Yeah.
There's various different forms. There are variegated types, and the ones with the that's it.
Yeah.
I would have thought that's probably worth trying.
And will that come down rather than it won't?
Well, obviously it tends to want to grow up, but that's a problem. You're going to have to encourage it.
Yes.
And you wouldn't want it to grow right down, I suppose, just to take the hard part off the top area.
Exactly.
So I think you just got to encourage it. And what you could do is plant it in here and get it to grow along here.
Yeah.
Get it down, that one on the go there.
Yeah.
That one go there.
Yes, got you.
Not over the top.
Yes.
But along.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I think it will probably be successful then. Yeah.
Wonderful. I think we're just about done then. Obviously, this is Campanula, exactly.
Yes, there's
yeah.
lots of different sorts of that with the blue flowers.
This more. Sorry.
This is that's a fuchsia, I think. Oh no, it's not. It's got thorns. What's this? Hey, the up. It looks familiar. It's the fact it's got these thorns on it. See when I come to read. That's got me.
Good.
It's got me, is that one?
Good. You're sacked.
Yeah, it's let's see if it gets a flower on it again, because that will get it into. I can put it into a family.
Yeah.
And then probably get to the bottom of it better.
And who we
Yeah, I think that could be a form of Artemisia, but I stand to be corrected.
Okay, that's cool.
Again, of which there are many sorts.
Okay.
Yes.
And there's an ash. Look, there's a little ash growing there. We take them out as we get them. Yeah.
I mean, things like Senecio are very similar to these. They've all got the daisy whitish flowers. Artemisia included.
Okay.
Yeah, in the main.
And we've got a hydrangea, lots of little bluebells, finding the last two.
Again, bluebells, you only want them where you want them.
Yeah.
You mustn't let them spread too much. And again, I think
struggling a little bit.
Cotoneus horizontalis again.
Yep.
I do think the one on about it's not exactly. So you notice that the flowers are beginning to form on here.
Yeah.
Whereas that other one wasn't.
Yes.
It was, I think it's a different type. Could be Microphis, but not sure.
Yeah.
This one here is again.
Old man's beard.
No.
No, it's Lonicera.
No, is this the white flower on it?
No idea.
This looks like Polygonum bolshevanicum. Polygonum.
Okay. Oh, okay.
I should be correct again, but it grows bananas. It doesn't grow bananas, it grows like the banana. The phrase, it grows like the clappers.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It does look, to me, like a form of Polygonum. And there's one with a white flower, the ordinary species, but Polygonum bolshevanicum. Again, I'm sure it's going to flower.
It belongs to next door anyway.
Well, whether it's growing on the other side better, but it's obviously sprawled over here. Yeah.
This is growing well, isn't it? This is. It's
That's Lonicera nitida.
Oh, it's another Lonicera.
Yeah, but that's
Great.
evergreen. Whereas the other ones are deciduous.
It's beautiful.
Well, the other forms are deciduous and evergreen types. This is a small leaf evergreen.
Lovely. It's very nice.
That's good. It makes that makes a very good hedge.
Tell me again the
Lonicera nitida.
Nitida.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just thinking, is this a hedge around the corner then? No, no. But that makes a good hedge.
Yeah, it is.
It's
lovely.
very close
Yeah,
knit together.
and it's beautiful.
Sun's clipping.
Yeah. Oh, it's been clipped. I've clipped it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see in time it does grow quite tall.
Ooh, ooh.
So that's another one possible for here.
Now, having been through our garden, is there anything that do you have an overview? Do you have something that you would say that we should consider or should stand on the terrace?
You've got the backbones.
What?
The mature plants.
Yeah.
So one way would be to try and introduce perhaps a few more perennials to give a bit more colour to some of the borders.
Yes.
But that would mean a little bit higher maintenance.
We don't mind that.
That's the only thing. I'm thinking about herbaceous perennials. They die back down in winter. There are a more limited number of evergreen forms.
Okay.
But that will give you more colour. I mean, you've got quite a bit of variegated foliage here and there. And introducing greys, foliage, red foliage, yellow foliage, silver foliage would create more interest.
I think you're right.
With the shrubs.
Yes.
So that's the way, because you don't want to increase the ranges too big, because it's a fairly large area to
It's a big area.
maintain.
Yeah.
That would be my overview presently, anyway, for what it's worth.
It's worth everything.
But there's another thing I would say is that on here, sunny lends itself to pots of various sorts.
Yes.
Fitting with the building, you could have colourful plants in.
Yeah.
The only thing you have to consider is they need watering.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And if you're in a position where you can put the watering irrigation system on a time clock,
Sure.
then obviously you're on a winner with that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think a bit of colour on here will be useful from that point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, a limited number of containers. I mean, maybe around the pillars, for example.
Yeah.
You know,
Lovely.
where you could, or you could just have them freestanding corners. And a colourful bedding plants in. If you wanted to colour the year through, you plant them twice a year.
Yeah.
It's the wallflowers and tulips and things in the winter time for flowering in the spring, and then replace with summer bedding.
Yeah.
And the fact it's a sun trap, you should do quite well despite the salt laden wind.
David,